Click the first link in the description for the best Askreddit content. Today I fucked up by kissing my secret boyfriend. So a little background, I live in a rented house with 3 other people, names changed of Ryan, Evan, and my boyfriend Mark. I have been with Mark for about 2 years and we've lived here with his buds for about a year. Today's kerfuffle happened about 20 minutes ago and I'm still asking myself WTF. Mark and I have always and are currently in an open relationship. I'm sure Reddit has a lot of opinions on that. I don't really care and I'm not interested. I met my second partner Henry back in the before times. We have kept each other in our quarantine social circle and things have gone well. We usually sit and have a couple drinks in my backyard when I finish work for the day. Today we did just that. As he was leaving I walked him to his car and kissed him goodbye. Ryan was pulling up in his car as this happened. He ran full sprint into the house. I opened the front door not a minute later to Ryan and Evan full on screaming at me, wondering how I could cheat on their friend right under his nose. Consistently having Henry over to sit in the yard. How gross it made them feel, so on. At this point I can't get a word in. Poor darling Mark then opens the door after getting home from a long day at work. Evan and Ryan turn to him, stop yelling at me and get quiet. Sweet wonderful Mark asks me how was drinks with Henry? The other 2 boys just glare at me and start to tell Mark what one of them saw, claiming I had a secret boyfriend. Without missing a beat Mark says, yeah, I've known about her secret boyfriend for months. The other 2 are still sitting in silence whilst Mark and I share our own drink out back. Too long didn't read. Today I fucked up by never telling my roommates I was in an open relationship and got caught kissing my secret boyfriend. That's not a fuck up, that is hysterical. Hey, props to Ryan and Evan for standing up for their bro, but y'all probably should have told them that you were in an open relationship long ago. Whatever, that's just a Tuesday and them dudes just didn't know it was Tuesday. Catapulted headfirst at 120 miles per hour to conclusions. Monogamy is a reasonable pretext to view relationships if you don't know someone's situation. It's definitely the norm when looking for a mate to start a family with. Listen, I was in one of these kinds of relationships before the pandemic. General consensus, for us, was if I was gonna be around with her roommates around, then maybe they should know. However, as for everyone else, it's none of their business to know. I get it, being a good friend and all, yada yada yada. Them screaming at you? Can't get a word in edgewise? Nah. I won't speak to their character, but I hope they realize it's 2020 and you're not supposed to go off like that. I'm sorry that happened to you. I hope things get better. In fact, I hope things go back to normal and it becomes a whole joke between the 5 of you. There's been a lot of laughs. They finally realized when I refer to girlfriend I don't mean 1950s best gal pal. Their fuck up, not yours. They're the ones who made assumptions and misunderstood the situation. I hope they apologize for yelling at you and making accusations. My spouses and I aren't private at all about our polyamory and often get a chuckle out of people's reactions. Never had anything as explosive as what you've described though. Best wishes to everyone in this story. Today I fucked up by getting naked and singing while cleaning. This is a throwaway, because I cannot be associated with this. A week ago, I got a day off work and decided to do some cleaning because my wife had been talking about how the house has been because we are both busy at work most of the time. Now, my mother taught me a little trick about cleaning. If you do the laundry, then why not just toss the clothes you're wearing in there to make the whole process easier, and because those clothes are just gonna get dirty soon anyways. Also, I just like getting naked. So, after dusting and sweeping and mopping and making the bed, I started to vacuum. This whole time, I had been singing to fill the void that was / my life. I was singing a Bon Jovi song, Runaway, and just sort of dancing. Well, apparently, my wife had taken sympathy and decided to call her mother over so that we could clean together. To be clear, My wife isn't aware that I like to get naked and sing while I clean. I was not aware that my mother-in-law had come over until my wife had come home. She looked like she wanted to die from how hard she was laughing, and so I asked what the joke was. Her response? I'm paraphrasing here. I sent mom over to help you clean, and she walked into you singing while naked. And, evidently, she walked in during my imitation of Richie's sick guitar solo. But, fear not, she heard my singing. Oh, she heard it. I cannot go to any more family functions anymore. My mother-in-law had seen me in all my glory. There's no going back. Though, I think I went too far in asserting my dominance. Too long didn't read. My mother-in-law walked in on me while I was naked and singing a Bon Jovi song. Your mother has raised you well, I see. I'm sure she's proud of me. That's what happens when you walk into someone's house without A, calling B, texting C, knocking/ringing the bell. Oh well. Your house, your rules. Her today I fucked up, not yours. Your house, your rules. NTA. The only thing that would balance this out is if you saw your mill performing in the nude too. I'd have to ask my wife. Did she said no. Nice performance, D. Thanks. Hey, how do you know? Could have been worse. Could have been Nickelback. Today I fucked up by making a giant deer smash through my neighbor's living room window. So I do not have a green thumb by any means. I'm basically the Grim Reaper of gardening. Time and time again I somehow murder every plant that grows in my yard. It doesn't matter if I plant seeds, an adolescent plant, or something fully grown, whether they are carrots, marigolds, watermelons, or daffodils, they always die. Every single time. Until 3 days ago. Even though I've attempted this unsuccessfully several times, I decided I'd persist nevertheless and try to grow some tomatoes. I did hours of research to keep these little guys alive, and miraculously, on August 21, 2020, my plant began growing fruit. I was so excited that I had a celebratory glass of champagne. Fast forward to thing morning, around 6:30 AM, prime deer hours. Same routine as every morning, I get up, brush my teeth, wearily stumble down the stairs to grab my coffee and begin to go through the emails that I missed the day before. My Keurig lets me know that my coffee is hot and ready, so I take my mug filled to the brim, turn around and I see a white-tailed deer butt poking out from behind the tree. I go out onto my porch to observe this today I fucked up animal in its natural state, walk down the stairs so I can see around that tree, and no. It's having a full 3-course meal with my tomatoes for the appetizer, main course and dessert. I drop my mug, run towards the deer and it go away stop. And now this wasn't a dainty, small deer like you are imagining. It's one of those humongous I'll impale you with my 25 antlers deer. So the thing sees me running at it flailing my arms like a maniac and absolutely freaks out. It turns around, and hauls ass full speed in the opposite direction. The next sequence was completely in slow motion. The gargantuan animal goes flying off of my property, through my neighbor's bushes and trees, and then launches itself straight through my neighbor's huge glass window. It's still 7 AM so they are all sleeping and all of a sudden crash. The buck smashes through the window, sending glass flying everywhere, the siren for their alarm is blaring, and the animal is probably causing an ungodly amount of damage flipping out trying to figure out WTF just happened. The entire family comes down running down the stairs, and eventually the deer figures out how to exit, and bolts straight for the woods. The husband was screaming, the wife and kids were crying, and their house was in complete disarray. I was in such a panic and had no idea what to say so I calmly walked over, and guy heard the noise from inside. What happened? Too long didn't read. Scared the shit out of a deer, lost my first successfully grown plant, R.I.P., and caused probably thousands of dollars worth of damage to my neighbor's house. OMG, I heard the noise from inside. What happened? That killed me. Like a bull in the china shop, _ like a deer in your neighbor's living room, _ carrot. Yep, I'm using it. This is probably the most funny story I have come across on Reddit. Cannot imagine waking up to a fucking deer crashing through my window at 7 AM and proceeding to destroy the room. Had me laughing out loud. Never ever tell them. That is super evil and effing hilarious.